Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. Today, we will discuss Hedera and Hbar. That being said, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are enjoying a lovely day or night. Compliance and regulation is one of my current areas of interest in this arena, particularly for those who are accumulating long-term assets alongside their short-term ones. There are a lot of high-risk, shorter-term investments in my cryptocurrency portfolio at the moment. However, my long-term decisions are supported by a substantial portion of my portfolio. Hedera is one of those long-term initiatives that I believe will be the next Amazon, Google, Apple, etc. Why do I think that, though? This is largely attributable to the measures Hedera has made to establish themselves as a formidable competitor in the industry, particularly in the areas of regulatory framework integration and compliance. Here we have Hedera's Chief Policy Officer, who will be joining the GBB Council's Blockchain Central in Davos last month for an informative panel discussion on how regulation may propel blockchain technologies. The event takes place on February 12, which is World Economic Forum 2024. You are absolutely free to stay put if you didn't feel like seeing this. What I find most significant, though, is that crypto compliance and regulations are already here and happening this year. We have MiCA, which will go live around crypto and change everything. It will shake the market to its foundations. It will also place significant pressure on countries like the United States to establish rules for cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and related industries. Now, the primary reason I highlight this, and the GBB Council in general, is that Hedera has long been involved in public policy, and our objective is to influence industry-wide regulations and policies. Some of the memberships can be seen if we scroll down a bit. Some of the groups on this list, such as the Blockchain Association for Europe and the GBBC, are particularly concerned with compliance and regulation stacking. A visit to the GVCS website will reveal the most prominent trade groups serving the blockchain and digital asset sectors. By any measure, the number of people who call these groups home is enormous. In particular, this one boasts 301 ambassadors representing 117 different jurisdictions and fields of study, in addition to more than 500 institutional members. You should pay close attention to the actual emphasis of some of these names. Since the retail sector is currently concentrating on this technology, it follows that they are all here for the same exact reason. They look forward to this. Whenever I mention the retail industry, it's a negligible fraction. In fact, the last time we checked, less than 5% of the retail sector was devoted to cryptocurrency. Additionally, the proportion of funds allocated to utility projects with lifespans of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or more years. An extremely tiny fraction. However, there are a handful of groups associated with them on this list. Interwork is available to us. Group, which is facilitating the adoption and utilization of token-powered services by companies. These utility tokens are used in their day-to-day operations across networks and use cases, making globally dispersed apps more inclusive. The GSM network is no different. They are a mobile operator company with over 1,000 mobile operators affiliated with them, in case you were wondering about GSM. The primary focus is on establishing connections between mobile phones and blockchain-based services. Incidentally, Inform Coin is a member of the GSMA. Still, the BITA Standards Council is here to help us return to the original topic. Thus, this is their worldwide transportation, commerce, and transportation project, comprised of multinational corporations with a common goal of using blockchain technology to establish and expand open-source supply chain protocols. Our next stop is the U.S. Blockchain Alliance. The goal of this program is to increase the size of the blockchain industry in the United States by drawing attention to and documenting the many applications of blockchain technology, educating lawmakers, and forming proactive collaborations with relevant regulatory bodies. In addition, we have Donating, which aims to rally the blockchain and digital asset community behind the cause of empowering marginalized populations throughout the world to help close the digital divide and increase inclusivity in the realm of blockchain-based services. Finally, there are two more, the GBBC Financial Services and the International Journal of Blockchain Law. The International Journal of Blockchain Law, IJ. BL is a premier resource for legal and non-legal professionals seeking information about blockchain technology and digital assets as they pertain to the financial services industry. One is that we bring together the industry and other stakeholders to make sure our members are included in the correct discussions as innovation leads to a dynamic and ever-changing financial architecture. The wildest part is that each and every one of these projects actually has a demo attached to it. Plus, it's laser-focused on getting everyone to utilize blockchain-based solutions. However, the magnitude of the change this will bring to people's daily lives becomes apparent while perusing the membership list. A center, after all, is really a single name, which, incidentally, has strong links to Hedera. Now, even with equity labs and AI projects, this is still tied to 9,000 plus clients. On top of that, you may find big banks and tech companies here. Major government names like FedEx, which is technically part of the supply chain, are included on this list. Well, let me tell you, the list is endless. For this reason, I believe it is essential that we give our full attention to the programs that are bolstering compliance with rules. All with the goal of increasing blockchain technology's widespread use. You can see it happening all around regulators and such as it progresses. Consequently, much of the necessary work has already been done. In addition to that, there is the US Blockchain Coalition. All of this is centered around Web3, as I mentioned before. And when we take a good, hard look at the Web 3.0 world, we can see that everything is changing all the time, regardless of whether you like it or not. After all, everyone is fixated on the price action, so it doesn't matter if it's changing or not. What matters is that things are happening behind the scenes that will create a lot of noise. Looking ahead. Even though new businesses are fueling most of this expansion, established businesses aren't letting up on their investment. In fact, 276 of the Fortune 1000 are putting resources into Web3 R&D. As you can see, many of the Fortune 1000 have already established a presence in the Web 3.0 realm. Moreover, this is the reason for my assertion that, when we consider the future of Web 3, there will be an immense amount of capital associated with this new realm of the Internet. This asset class has the potential to be worth over $100 trillion if we consider the expansion from the first web to the next, as I mentioned earlier. Imagine the importance that Hbar will have when you consider the names that will stick around, like Hedera. Just think about how insane this whole area will be when that day arrives, because everyone and everything will be concentrating on the practical aspects of what is truly valuable. Similarly, here we are embracing Web 3. Enterprises are facing a crossroads, with the proven systems of Web 2 on one side and the uncharted potential of Web 3 on the other. IDEA is leading the way to the future of enterprise integration. Leaders and strategists in the tech industry face complex hurdles as they transition to the third web. Hedera, however, provides the knowledge and tools necessary to assist businesses in achieving a smooth integration. It is an open-source, public decentralized ledger. Enterprises' needs are the driving force behind the platform's design. Plus, they do go into detail about all the surrounding characteristics. The question is whether businesses are prepared. It is not an easy or quick operation to integrate Web 3 into an enterprise environment. Businesses have several challenges while trying to implement Web 3 technologies, such as figuring out how they work, changing their ways of doing things, and integrating them with their current infrastructure. Furthermore, this is a major issue. Guess what? That's exactly why groups like the GBC are so important. They bring together all of the main players and ensure that they're all working under the same roof. Everything is falling into place, and they're all working together, so this may really happen. This way, we can overcome all of these obstacles. Because of this, we should expect to witness a surge in interest from the enterprise-grade sector in utilizing Hedera and similar revolutionary and incredibly efficient technology. The business sector is ready for a revolution because of this. Hedera is truly leading the charge of a transformation that is currently taking place. Businesses here are also progressively jumping on the Web 3.0 bandwagon, but they're not without their share of challenges. Businesses can't take advantage of Web 3 to its maximum potential unless they reevaluate their entire ecosystem, from supply chain management to customer engagement, adopt digital asset strategies, and set up trust-based systems. It is at this point when Hedera becomes useful. Around Hedera, you may find trust security, all of it. All the major players, like Atma, are already using Hedera, so we know that. For example, when you're looking for enterprise-grade software, you'll want to know who the companies behind Hedera are and what kind of experience they have. This will give you the assurance you need to choose Hedera. Hedera, what are they up to? In addition, if you take a look at the ecosystem as an example, you'll see that it's an open-source public network run by prominent organizations from all over the globe. And those major guys are right there for you to see. Take a look at the network as a whole, but there are some big names, many of which are huge corporate players. Web thread applications, ecosystem applications, and everything in between are all visible. But there are also business-oriented uses for this. Additionally, all 5 pages of Hedera-built enterprise applications are viewable when you open that tab. And you know what? These aren't really minor players, are they? Absolute behemoth of a corporation, Aberdeen, is tokenizing investment assets like money market funds. Come on, they're associated with over $600 billion. Imagine the insanity of having almost $600 billion in one name. And on Hedera, they are expanding. It's called tokenizing. Hedera provides investment assets. Think about how absurd that is, seriously. However, at this moment, pricing is the sole concern of the majority, and I am correct. Pay close attention to prices if you are a retail investor. Simply put, tomorrow is a complete mystery. Plus, you should check your profits often. Regarding enterprise-grade apps and adoption, though, I think Hedera will stand head and shoulders above the competition. Even just one major company's impact on the network is visible. Seriously, we're getting close to 41 billion transactions now, you guys. Seeing all of these things happen in the span of a year is mind-boggling. However, that is the impact of a single corporate application. Additionally, Hedera's enterprise applications span 5 pages. And this is only the start. Imagine Hedera a year or 2 from now, in the year 345. All the way from compliance to the actual tech stack, these guys are here, building, making noise, and guaranteeing that everything is taken care of, so the future is really bright around them. Become the 100-year-old company that serves the enterprise-grade industry for the next 100 years, that is Hedera's goal. Keep in mind that big brands like ServiceNow are using Hedera. In fact, more than 85% of the Fortune 500 companies are using ServiceNow. Keep in mind how absurd that is. Additionally, they are merging Hedera with the present platform. And it's all about responsibility and trust in the digital revolution that will cut expenses and boost productivity. So, when we take a closer look at Hedera, everyone, the entire globe is becoming to rely on Hedera. With a steady pace. Suddenly, though, even if we technically do have a number of major players tapped into Hedera, we're about to see a flood of them. Among these well-known companies are IBM, Google, Hitachi, LG, and the list goes on. That's not everything. Also, it will be thrilling to witness how everything develops on Hedera and how the platform becomes a major player in this industry. Finally, I hope you all had fun seeing this film. Kindly continue to like and subscribe. Coming up shortly, farewell.